before the world burned, before the gods screamed, before Ragnarök claimed its price, before songs became laments, and banners turned to ash, there was something far more dangerous than war. There was a warning. The Watcher had always remained silent, not because he could not speak, but because words change fate, and fate was already listening. Silence, he knew, is not absence. It is restraint. Tonight, we tell the story of the moment restraint failed, the moment silence broke. This is a whisper tale. Welcome to WhisperTales AI, where ancient gods, forgotten myths, and buried truths return from the shadows. Here, legends are not polished. They are remembered as they were. These are not stories of victory. They are stories of consequence. In the age before the final war, the Watcher was no longer invisible. He did not announce himself. He did not descend in fire or thunder. He simply remained. The gods felt him, not as fear, but as unease, a subtle pressure beneath thought, a hesitation where certainty once lived, a presence that did not demand worship, a voice that did not seek power. He stood at the edges of the realms, where futures begin to crack, at the borders of prophecy, at the seams of destiny, and slowly, the gods noticed they were being remembered, not praised, not honored, remembered. The first to hear the Watcher speak was the All-Father, not because he was the wisest, but because he feared forgetting. More than dying, Odin had sacrificed much to see the future, but memory frightened him. At the roots of the world, beside ancient memory itself, where past and future drink from the same well, the Watcher spoke. "You have seen this ending before." Odin did not turn. "I have survived many endings," he replied. The Watcher's voice remained calm, unmoved by pride. "You endured them," he said. "That is not the same thing." The Watcher warned that fate was tightening, that destiny resented being commanded, that prophecy bends until it breaks. Odin listened. He understood. And then, he chose pride. The Watcher did not threaten. He did not demand change. He did not call himself savior or judge. He only revealed what memory already knew, that the gods were not eternal, that power accumulates consequences, that worship does not erase guilt, that Ragnarök was not sudden, it was earned, layer by layer, oath by oath, war by war, and truth, when it cannot be argued, becomes dangerous. Thor never heard the Watcher's voice. He felt it instead, like a storm that refused to break. Strength had always answered Thor. Strength had never betrayed him. His hammer had ended doubts. His victories had silenced questions. When Odin spoke of a god who whispered doubt, Thor laughed. "If the end comes," he said, "let it come to my hammer." Thunder followed his words. The Watcher watched him walk away, and remembered how many worlds strength had failed to save. Loki listened, not out of wisdom, but curiosity. He found the Watcher, where shadows overlapped, where truths hid from certainty. "You don't want praise," Loki said. "That makes you dangerous. You lie because truth amuses you." The Watcher replied, "I remember because truth survives." Loki smiled, but his eyes searched. He asked the question. No god dared. "Does it end badly?" The Watcher answered honestly. "It always does." Loki laughed, but it did not reach his eyes. Gods can forgive betrayal. They can forgive war. They can even forgive failure. But they cannot forgive being understood. The Watcher was never executed, never exiled. He was erased, his name removed from stories, his presence denied. Temples never built, songs never sung. A god without belief becomes something else, something quieter, something patient. When Ragnarök came, felt overdue, as if the world itself had been waiting. The sky burned, the seas rose, gods fell. The Watcher did not intervene, not because he lacked power, but because memory does not interfere. It records every scream, every hesitation, every final choice. And when the last battle ended, he remained. When silence returned, something remained. Not a god, a witness. The Watcher walked the ruins, where thrones had shattered. He whispered the names of the fallen, not to honor them, but so they would not vanish completely, because erasure is the final death. Perhaps the Watcher was never meant to save the world. Perhaps his purpose was to ensure the world could not lie about itself. Memory survives gods. Memory survives fire. And memory is patient. You have felt him before, in the sense that history repeats, in the feeling that warnings come too late, that endings feel familiar. That is not coincidence. That is memory. He did not fight. He did not rule. He warned them. This has been a whisper tale. If you are drawn to forgotten gods, ancient myths, and stories buried by time, subscribe to WhisperTales AI and tell me, should the Watcher remain silent or speak again in Part 3?